Facebook. I joined Facebook back in 2008, a couple of years before I graduated high school. And honestly, one of my first posts, if I remember, was me getting ready for bed. Yeah. Now, my early days on Facebook, my earliest times on Facebook, was just me posting random nonsense. Random things. Things that really didn't have a point to them. Pointless things. Like stuff I maybe was doing in my life. Maybe about a TV show I was watching, or just sometimes posting about the fact that I was going to stay up at night, throughout the night. Or sometimes random posts about food I was eating. Or just sometimes as a random ass post that had nothing to do with anything going on in my life whatsoever. It was just something pure random and nonsense, and it was, yeah. And honestly, it was fun. It was enjoyable. I liked doing that. It was something to do. It was something to do right after school. Get on Facebook, post some random shit, and it was just fun. And yeah, it was always fun and always enjoyable. But there were times where, in my Facebook history, where it wasn't always a good time. It wasn't always a fun time. There were some shit times, like the times where I had a giant stick up my ass about religion and Christianity especially, and God and everything else. And I purposely got into arguments, fights, debates with people in comments usually about, religion or God or Christianity or anything like that. I would purposely, get into those kind of fights, arguments, debates all the time. I guess because I just had a giant fucking stick in my ass about religion. Probably due to other things going on in my life, but yeah. And I was just a giant fucking asshole. And honestly, sometimes it bled into my real life. And it ended up costing me relationships, friendships especially, and yeah, it ended up affecting sometimes my real life. These ignorant, dumb arguments, debates that I got with people on Facebook over religion and God and Christianity. And that's one of those times where I highly, highly regret. I regret all of that nonsense, all that bullshit, all that ignorant, dumb shit. I wish I never did any of that, but sadly it is what it is. And another highly regrettable time, phase, I guess you could call it, regarding me on Facebook is my edgy days. My days where I was somewhat of a complete edgelord, I guess. Where I would just post some dark comedy shit, some offensive shit, some sort of edgy shit, just to get a rise out of people, just to get some sort of reaction, some sort of outrage. And I would do this all the goddamn time. And honestly, I look back at it now and I realize how fucking stupid it was. And how cringy it was. Like, yeah. I regret doing all that as well. I highly regret it. But, yeah. But, as time went on, I moved past those regrettable, cringy, edgy, asshole, stick up my ass ways, and I started growing up, maturing, getting older, And I started, wanting to be a little bit more myself and, be real and not put on some sort of persona of some kind like I was doing in the past, I guess, with those 2 times. But yeah, I wanted to be a little bit more real myself, more serious, I guess, express myself, express my opinions about certain things, give my thoughts on certain things, or just give my thoughts in general, my actual real thoughts, and, you know, and feelings, talk about feelings, my feelings, a lot more, and be as genuine as I could be, and give and talk about more serious things, and, you know, give my opinions and thoughts, and, yeah, on those things. And it honestly went well for a while. It was, yeah, I like doing it. And it became kind of an outlet for me to, express myself more. Because, like I said before, I in real life I don't speak up that much. I don't talk that much at all, and I'm kind of just more of a reserved person in real life. I don't talk that too much out loud to people, other people, especially about thoughts, feelings, emotions, and especially giving my opinion about something serious. I rarely do that in real life, so doing it on Facebook kind of became an outlet to do all that sort of thing. I could do that, and I could, be more myself. And for a while, like I said, it was going good. It was going good. I was doing it, posting about more serious things, giving my opinions on more serious things, talking about serious things, giving my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and it was going good. But eventually, over time, I started to realize something, that this, doing it on Facebook, posting stuff like that on Facebook, I started realizing that it really wasn't the outlet, the good outlet that I thought it was. It really wasn't. I started realizing that it was starting to feel like I was screaming into a fucking void. I was yelling into the void. I was yelling at a brick wall. It started feeling like that. Feeling like my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my opinions, all that weren't really going anywhere. No one was really hearing them. And it was just, yeah. And honestly, I started feeling bad about that. It was kind of disheartening because I started feeling like no one really, my friends, my family on Facebook, really actually cared about anything I had to say, or not much about what I had to say. And it just was kind of disheartening. And I guess, just back then, when I did it, when I used to post random bullshit, nonsense, pure nothingness, that shit that didn't really matter, that shit that barely anyone cared about, back then I didn't care about it either. I just did it just to do it. I did it because it was fun, and I just did it just to do it. But with my posts, my current posts, I actually cared about them. They meant something to me because they were coming from me. They weren't just some random nonsense. They were my actual thoughts, my real thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my opinions. They've meant something to me. And the fact that barely anyone cared about them, barely anyone gave a shit about them, even noticed that I said anything or posted anything. It was just really, really disheartening. Or disheartening. I don't know how you say that word exactly, but you know what I mean. And kind of just sad. Because I started realizing that, yeah, no one really cares about what I have to say, at least on Facebook. And, yeah. It just was really, really disheartening. And it's one of the reasons why I don't post on Facebook anymore. Barely at all. My posts nowadays are far and few between. And my posts nowadays are usually just some random ass meme. Some random ass going on in my life. Or sometimes I post the fact that I take a walk because I have a little tracker app thing. Or, you know, step counter thing. Whatever the hell those things are called. I have one of those and I just post that every so often too. When I do take walks. How many miles I walked and how many steps I took, blah blah blah. Post that every so often on Facebook, just because. Because otherwise, my Facebook feed, my profile, my whatever would probably be really, 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 really barren. So yeah, I don't post on Facebook that much anymore, and that's pretty much why. And yeah, I guess sometimes I just miss the good days where I could just post random nonsense, pointless shit, and not have to care about it. Not care that no one cares about it. But I'm a different person now. I'm different than I was back then. I care a lot more. Yeah. I'm just a different person, I guess, than I was back then. So, yeah. It is what it is. Anyways, Facebook is no longer the outlet that it was for me. But there is some good news. This YouTube channel, where I make videos now, it has become one of the best outlets for me regarding talking about thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions, etc., etc. It has become the best outlet ever for that sort of thing. At least for me. And it's just great, you know, having this channel and making videos like this and just, you know, talking about thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions, blah, blah, blah. Because it's a way better outlet. Because with this YouTube channel, I can make a video and put it out, talk about whatever, a thought, a feeling, emotion, an opinion, or whatever it may be. And there's always going to be a chance that someone would stumble upon it, find it interesting, agree, disagree, and at least care about it to some degree. And actually give a shit about it, what I have to say, to some degree. Because, unlike with Facebook, where barely anyone cared or gave a shit about what I had to say, at least someone will care with this YouTube channel and my videos. At least there's always going to be a chance where someone would care. So, yeah. Yeah.